Good morning, Oman and beyond. Today is Thursday. It is September 15th, 2022, or the 15th of September. Or it's a different date if you're watching this on a different day. Today it is sunny and hot, as it sort of always is here in Oman. At least that's what it feels like to me. Summerish, fallish, it's all quite warm here. And tomorrow is Friday. Today I thought I would show you this percentage flip chart that I got from America, that shows the amount of a thing and what the fraction looks like, the decimal, and the percentage. But unfortunately, for some reason, they made these not in order of size or amount. So I'm going to have to pause between each one to flip to the next largest fraction. So I'm starting with the smallest one on this chart, which is 1/10. That means if you have a whole thing and you cut it into 10 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is one of the 10 pieces. The fraction looks like this, 1/10. The decimal, you could say 0.1 or 0.1, same thing. And for the percentage, we would say 10%. Now, when we say percent, that means for every 100. Cent here means 100. So percent is how many pieces out of every 100 pieces. So this is 1/10 or 10%. Did I get it? Okay. Here we have 1/8. That is, if you take a whole thing and cut it into 8 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is one of the 8 pieces. The fraction, we would say 1/8. The decimal, we would say 0.125 or 0.125. Same thing. And for the percentage, we would say 12.5%. Here's the next biggest one on the chart. This is 1/4. So if we have a whole thing and we cut it into 4 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is one of the 4 pieces. It definitely looks bigger now. So we would say, as a fraction, we would say this is 1/4, or sometimes we can say 1/4. In English, quarter means 1 piece out of 4. As a decimal, we could say 0.25 or 0.25. And the percentage would be 25%. All right, the pieces are definitely getting bigger now. This is 1/3. If you have a whole thing and you cut it into just 3 pieces, 1, 2, 3, this is one of the 3 pieces. 1/3. So the fraction is 1/3. The decimal would be 0.3333333, on and on, but we can just shorten it and say 0.33 or 0.333. Could I say 3 a few more times? The percentage would be 33.3%. So many 3s. All right, here's what our next one looks like. Here it is 3/8 or 3 out of 8. And that looks like 8 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pieces, and here we have 3 of them. So we would call this 3 out of 8, 3 out of 8, or 3/8. As a decimal, this looks like 0.375 or 0.375. And as a percentage, we have 37.5%. And after that one that maybe seemed a little tricky, here's a very easy one. This is half. So here we have a whole piece or a whole thing cut into 2 pieces, and this is one of the 2 pieces. We can call this 1 out of 2 or 1/2 or just half. The decimal is 0.5 or 0.5, and the percentage is 50%. This is a special one because if you have 50%, then what's left is also 50%. So that seems a lot easier than the last one. Our next one is just more than half. You can see it's not cut exactly down the middle. It's a little bit more. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, and this is 3 of the 5 pieces. So we can say 3 out of 5 or 3/5. And that is equal to 60%, 60%, which as a decimal we would say as 0.6 or 0.6. And our next number is only a little bigger than the last one. Here we have 8 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the 8 pieces. So we can say 5 out of 8 or 5/8. That is equal to 0.625 or 0.625. And the percentage is 62.5%. And a little bigger again is this next one. Here we only have 3 pieces, but they're bigger pieces. It's not really the number of pieces that matters. This is just an easy way to divide it so that we can see how much we have and how much we don't have. So here we only have 3 pieces, and we're using 2 of the 3 pieces. 2 out of 3, 2/3. The real number here, the real decimal would be 0.6666666, and on and on and on forever. But to keep it short, we abbreviate it to 0.667, or of course 0.667. And the percentage is 66.7%. And here is the last one on this flip chart. Here we have 4 pieces, or we have one whole that's cut into 4 pieces, and we have 3 out of 4 pieces. So we can say 3/4, or because this 4 can be called quarters, we can say 3/4. 3/4, 3/4, same thing. The decimal would be, 0.75 or 0.75, and the percentage would be 75%. Now, what this chart doesn't have is one whole, so I'll just address that right now. I don't even have a piece of paper to do that with, but I'll just pretend on here. If we have 4 out of 4 pieces, if we take a pen and we color this in so that it's whole, then instead of a fraction, well, we could say 1/1 or 1 out of 1, but we would generally just say 1. And if this was whole, that means everything colored in, then the decimal would be 1, or 1.0. And the percentage would be 100%. That would mean everything, this whole thing colored in completely. So that's the English I have today. Maybe you learned something about fractions or just reviewed how we say them when we see them on paper. That's all I got. I hope you have a great day, and I might be back tomorrow.